Okay guys, Web3 sales discovery today, and we are jumping straight to the point. So what is the discovery call? The discovery call is made to discover the problem. The problem is the most important thing you need to know because it's the biggest leverage you can have for your prospect. They don't care about you, your solution, your features, to the point when you start explaining them how they can help to solve the problem. You need to tailor your solution to the problem on the later stages of the process, and the discovery call is the most important part where you learn. You get information from the prospect. If you do 4 things in the discovery call, if you manage to do them, then I consider it done amazingly. You are the perfect salesperson and you can get the Nobel Prize of selling. If you do every call like that, then you're going to have a tremendous success. So in the discovery call, you need to, 1, get your prospect to share that they have a problem. Then you need to get them to share and the impact of the said problem. Then you need to get them agree to learning about how to solve that problem. And you need to get them to agree that the change is needed to solve this problem. If you manage to do these 4 things, and you can read really carefully, you can pause the video, you can listen it again. If you manage to do these 4 things, then the job is done, you have made the deal, and the closure rate is going to be super high because they already know that you can help them and they're willing to pay you money. So later on, I just shared the way how I get to this state. If you want, you can close the video right now because you know already the essence. If you're staying here, let's jump into the way I do it. So just for understanding, in the discovery call, you have preparation, you have the call itself, and you have next steps. The preparation, the way you do preparation, I was told this by my mentors, and she's one of the best reps at LinkedIn. Really, she got to the President's Club, she got the award at the whole LinkedIn. So her advice was super valuable for me, and I know it's going to be super valuable for you if you don't do this yet. The preparation for the call, you do this by 3 by 3 by 3 rule. You need to know 3 facts about the person you're going to speak to, about the company, and about the industry. So when I'm doing this research on the person, I need to know, are they a decision maker? And I want to know how my solution is going to help this person achieve some of their personal goals. It can be a promotion, it can be a salary raise, it can be solving a very good problem and everybody at the company will be happy that they did this. If you're speaking to CEO, there can be some kind of a personal benefit, like what they get from this, maybe it's around this or that. This detail is important. Then, 3 things about the company. The most important thing that I want to know is how they make money, what is their business model, and how my solution can help them make more money or save more money. How my solution entitles with their goal of making money and with their model. This is gonna really help you to tailor your solution to the problem because you already know what the business they're in, and you're gonna show, hey, you're not selling them something new, you're just selling them the way to make more money or to save more money, and you show them that you understand their pain, that you wore their shoes. The third thing is the industry, and this is the easiest one. It's typically you read news, you want to understand the chain, the ecosystem, you want to understand the sector, is it DeFi, DAO, NFT, whatever. And you can spend only 5 minutes doing this. Really, you don't need to spend half an hour, just spend 5 minutes to learn the most important thing. Who is this person, how they make money, how you can tailor your solution to it, and you're good to go. Now, the call. In the call, we have different sections. At the beginning of the call, you start with a small talk because at the small talk, you sell yourself as a person. You sell yourself as that you can communicate, that you just be you, just be a normal person that laughs, that shares the joke, that is really pleasant to have a conversation with and pleasant to work with because they're going to evaluate you. They're going to think, do I want to work with Nicolai? Do I like him? And in the small talk, you can just start with where you're based at and just share 1 or 2 minutes just talking about nothing. And because it's important, really. Then after the small talk is done, you need to pump yourself in their eyes. Because if we talk about theory, just a small deviation, if you're starting on the call, there can be only 3 situations. When you're a small startup and you're speaking to Google, you start here and there somewhere here. You can be around equally on the same level, or you can be way above the prospect that you are speaking with. You are Google and you are speaking to a small startup. You are trying to sell them something, and you are standing already on this amount of authority, of validation, of everything. So in every situation, you want to get yourself and pump yourself to any number, especially if you are starting lower. In Web3, typically this is how the situation works. Even if you start this, the higher you get, the better deal you can get, the more authority you have, and the more trust they have in you and in the solution that you are selling. The small talk is done, you start pumping yourself. You need to raise your persona. You can do this by sharing your solutions, by sharing your business impact, what you already did, your testimonials, who are standing behind your back. These are the information that you use to validate that your company is good, that you are not a fraud, that you are not a scam. And the way you pump yourself as a persona, you need to show that you are professional. And you show that you're professional by asking them the top 3 main problems that they have. You say something like, hey John, typically when I speak with CEOs, they mention problem A, problem B, and problem C to be the biggest problems on their radar. Which bucket do you fall in? Or is any one of these problems relevant for you? And if so, which? And then they tell you, yeah, problem C is actually super relevant for me. This is the moment when you start to dig. You become a miner that plays Minecraft, but you just become the miner that finds the discovery problem. You need to dig down to the management level problem, because they will tell you the surface level problem. Yeah, actually we are struggling with this and this, or actually we want this and this, but you need to understand what stands behind it. So if they tell you, yes, we want to build this feature, you need to understand why the feature. Maybe they promised it to the community. Maybe their whole next round depends if they have this feature. Maybe there is something. You need to understand the deep level problem that influences this decision. Why do they even need to build this feature? What is prompting them to get to this feature? So you start asking them questions. You're digging into the problem, and your whole discovery is around what the problem is. You find this business level problem, the timeline that they need to get this problem solved. Maybe it's 1 week, maybe it's 5 months that they need to get this problem done. Maybe it's not priority at all. Then you need to understand the budget, just a feeling. Can they pay? You can ask them, is this okay for you? Is this affordable? What are your budget plans? Or they're gonna ask you, what do you charge? And you need to be very transparent, because you just want to disqualify them early. And then, but of course, the situation here depends. We're just going very quickly over everything. And then you need to understand who is involved in the decision. We can cover this budget part later on, because the budget and money is like super important, and a lot of salespeople have a glitch here. You don't know what to say. We're gonna cover this. Don't worry about this. But for the whole video, it's not relevant right now. Then you need to understand who is involved in the decision. Are they the only decision maker? Are there any other decision makers? If you're speaking to a regular employee, they for sure need to speak with their management, and you need to understand how can you get connected to this management. These are the stuff that you get from the discovery call. Once you have this problem, once you know everything, you already done the part 1 and you already done the part 2. Now you need to switch and transition to part 3. And the way you transition to part 3, you need to ask them for a permission. Don't pitch them blindly. Ask them for a permission. John, mind if I show you this or this? Or mind if I show you this because this is going to be relevant for you? And when you have their permission, they tell you, yes, please tell me more about it. This is the moment when you start your pitch. You tailor your pitch to what they already told you. How can you help to solve their problem? You tell how good and great you are, how you helped other people, how this works. They're going to ask you more questions, and you just keep refraining, keep tailoring your solution to what they already told you. Once you get to the point that your pitch is ending and you feel that there is a point when you need to go to the next steps, you need to get them to the stage when they agree that the change is needed. The way you do this, you tell them, hey, we found out that you currently have problem XXXX, which causes consequences Y, and prevents you from Z. We can do this and this to help you solve this problem. Typical next steps from here are dun. What do you think about them? Do they sound reasonable for you? Are you agreed to move forward? And this is the part where they're here. This is the moment, the most important point. If you've done your job well during your first 3 points, they're gonna have no problems getting and saying yes to you here, saying, yes, Nicolai, I would love to learn more. Yes, Nicolai, I would love to get to the next steps. I would love to meet with this and this person. I would love to do this and this. I would love to connect you with my manager and dun. And your job is done. Next steps are done. You tell them, okay, this is the timeline. This is it. And you move forward. Sometimes they can do the objections, and we're gonna do the objection handling later on in the community. The most important thing about the objection is they never object about price. They only object because they do not believe in quality. They do not believe that you can help them to solve their problem. They just don't believe. You haven't persuaded them. You haven't shown them the way how you can do it. They don't believe in your authority. So the only way to handle the objection is to make them believe, to show them, to prove them that you're actually capable of that. In any situation, the next step should be actionable, and you need to always tie them to a timeline. So if they do not want to do anything with you right now, you tell them, okay, John, no worries, let's follow up with you in 3 months or 6 months, in 1 year. Let's do this when this happens. We'll do this and when this happens. So they tell you, yes, let's do this. Let's connect them. Let's do this. Let's do that. That's the most important part, because the goal for your discovery, one, you understand if the prospect is yours. If you really uncover that they have a problem, you can help to solve the problem. The prospect understands the challenge. If you've done your good job at telling why you're the best company to solve the problem, they're gonna feel very stupid saying no to you. They're gonna feel very stupid saying no to you, and they wanna say yes to you because they will understand, yes, John actually can help me. You can actually help to solve this problem. This is the state where you're going to. It was super quick. I hope you guys like this. So learn this formula by heart. Start doing this, and please share more with me in the community. What do you think about this? What kind of because if your discovery fails, one of these points just fails. You just don't do this, or you do this very bad. Please tell me more. Which part are you most falling into? I'll do a quick poll. I want to know because this is important. We can uncover the pain which you have, and then we can dig deeper into it. So the next conversation that you have with the prospect, you try this stuff. The next conversation you have with the second conversation you have with the prospect, you make you better. You improve a certain part. You have a better understanding what you need to improve. Let's go. The community is done for this. I'm waiting for your feedback. Let's jump into the discussion. Bye-bye.